Elon Musk's Twitter has removed blue verified ticks for accounts previously deemed notable in an attempt to persuade famous and professional users to pay. Well, the move triggered outpourings of self-pity from many celebrities this weekend. It was actually quite nauseating, as well as considerable confusion as many blue ticks then reappeared, apparently at Musk's personal whim. Well, joining me now is Seth Dillon, the founder of satirical site Babylon Bee, which is a favourite of Elon Musk's, along with Talk TV contributor Esther Cracker, associate editor of Daily Mirror Kevin Maguire, and Talk TV presenter Nicola Thorpe. Let's do a quick rundown. Who's got a blue tick? Have you paid for it?
I have, yeah.
You paid individually?
Yes.
And you did too?
I had one for years and then it disappeared and I paid to have it back.
Kevin?
I've got one, but I've not paid for it.
So we checked this out just now. It looks like your company, the Daily Mirror, my old paper, may have bought a company account and you've got one as an affiliate.
So I'm like an agricultural labourer with a tied cottage.
Yes.
I leave the Mirror, I lose
Exactly.
my blue tick.
Seth Dillon, let me ask you, do you have a blue tick and have you paid for it?
I do. I had the legacy one and now I pay for it.
So my situation was that I've got about 8.4 million followers. I was curious, what would Elon do with people who've got really big follower accounts? Because clearly we have a bit of bang for the buck on Twitter. And the truth was we all got the ticks taken away. And then mysteriously yesterday, we woke up and found that everyone with, I think, over 1 million followers had their blue ticks restored, whether you paid or not. Now, I was quite happy to pay, but I haven't paid as things stand, but I've got my tick back. So what's really going on here? Did Elon just not get the kind of take-up from people with blue ticks he was hoping for, or is he just chucking stuff at the wall? What's going on?
It's a really good question. There's a lot of chaos and confusion. I mean, I wish I understood it. Honestly, I don't really understand why we're charging for verification. I do think there were problems with the verification system before. They were kind of handed out on favors. They were handed out. There were people who should have had them who didn't get them. So there were things that could have been fixed about that system, but abolishing it and charging people for it, I personally don't know what the value is to a regular user who subscribes to get the blue check. When anyone can subscribe to get it, what value does it really have? I mean, it conveys that you're not a bot, I guess, because you are willing to pay for something. You put a credit card down, but doesn't the substance of your tweets convey that you're not a bot?
Well, it does, but actually, I'm not
say?
sure about that. I think that when you saw them all stripped away from high-profile people, it was quite hard to know if they were the real one, unless you buried yourself into their feed. So I think it's the immediate identification of people who are who you think they are, and there are lots of scammers out there, as we know.
Well, that was
what
the
I was
value
struck
of the
by was that Elon
verification
actually
system.
direct messaged me personally because I raised a particular issue, which is quite a few of the big phone operators in the UK are not supported by Twitter Blue. So you couldn't actually register to pay because they weren't supporting your phone provider. So he wasn't aware of this, and he replied to me, we're looking into this. Then he said that he thinks they fixed it. But before I could then go through and test that, my blue tick came back, which I think means that there's a balance, isn't there? Because when I see these famous people whining about it, paying $8 a month, it is pathetic. And also, I think they really do think they're the ones doing Elon Musk a big favour and the rest of us by being on the platform, when all of us, whoever we are in the public eye, we all get an enormous amount of value from Twitter.
It goes both ways. I mean, look at YouTube's model. YouTube's model is they share revenue with creators who are bringing value to the platform. And that makes a lot of sense. It means everybody wins because YouTube is bringing in the best talent, and the best talent is making money and getting rich on YouTube. Nobody's really making any money on Twitter. I mean, you can drive traffic to your website, but you're not monetizing on the platform. And so Musk has talked about finding ways to do that, but he really seems to be looking at generating revenue off these subscriptions rather than sharing revenue with content creators. I do think that there is a place for him to be rewarding those talented people who are engaging and are bringing a lot of people onto the site and keeping them on the site, making Twitter sticky. Those are the people that you want to be monetized and happy on your platform and sticking around no matter what silly mistakes you make or what you do, because it's just too valuable to leave it.